working as intended.
Hire a samurai. Alright, we're getting close to the end of the main story. There's what, 5 quests left to go? What was the old title, like Papalamo's Final Witness or something like that? Anyways, it's plain that recent events have shaken Alphinaud to the core. Once again, I find myself at a loss for words. If Thancred is right, we must return to the Rising Stones and apprise our companions of all of this. Pray make your way there at once. I will send word to Y'shtola and the others of our imminent return. Alright, back to the Rising Stones. Hi. Here to report. We are 1 Lalafell less now. 'Twould seem you bring all ill tidings, brother. Behind the Griffin's mask we found the grinning face of an old adversary, Ilberd. I know not how, but he had in his possession the eyes of Nidhogg, whose dread power he used to initiate a summoning ritual even as we looked on. By the 12. I don't understand. To attempt such a magic requires every ounce of one's aether. No one, not even grandfather, could cast in hope to survive. Indeed, it was ever a last resort, as I am certain Papalamil was aware. Thus did the people follow in the footsteps of his master, even unto the grave. I have as yet been unable to explain how Ilberd came to possess Nidhogg's eyes. In the depths of the sea of clouds, a perpetual storm of water and wind aspected aether rages. No mortal could endure such conditions. Then mayhap it was the work of an Ascian, but now is not the time for idle speculation. Kral, I have need of your assistance. Yes, of course. I must inspect the cocoon of light and ascertain the state of the primal trapped within. Between our respective talents, I dare say we shall glean some measure of insight. Understood. I can't promise I'll be able to sense much through the barrier, but I shall certainly do my best. As shall I. Let us be about it, then. Without so much as a by your leave? Pray forgive Archon Y'shtola her brevity. She seeketh employment, lest her grief deprive her of the will to act. A desire to comfort Y'da doubtless compoundeth her unseemly haste. I too must contend with this grievous loss in my own way. By thy leave, Lady Assi, I shall honor our fallen colleague through great gainful study. There exist writings which may yet further our understanding of this cocoon of light. Mayhap I was too quick to judge. Threatening to sadness and regret would be a poor tribute to Papalamo's sacrifice. Quite. We must begin preparations to face Ilberd's accursed creation without delay. What time we have was purchased at too dear a price for us to squander it. Alright, 3.5 done achievement. Achievement done. What? School's out forever? That's horrible. Also, Griffin card. The interminable wait for news from Gdannia seems to be taking a toll on Alisai. Alec, I wish I could have had more to tell you, but the situation at the East Shroud remains largely unchanged. But you still have no idea how long it will be before. Communication from the Alliance, one moment. Bad tidings? Yes, of course, our representatives will be present. My thanks. Word from Gdannia, the Council will shortly be reconvened. The Alliance leaders have already begun to assemble. They wish to discuss the problem, of course. As of Y'shtola's last report, the cocoon yet hung above the wall unchanged. Yes, but the LCCL doubtless shares are concerned about how long it will remain so. I'm told that Sid Garland has been called in to add his expertise to proceedings. A wise decision. The more minds we have working on this, the better. Well, then I suggest we leave the Rising Stones in Tactita's capable hands and make haste for the Lotus Stand. Alright, house sitting accountant. Alright, we're gonna have a Sid, and we all know we all know who's in love with Sid. Suddenly, Domin.
Sumanuga, そちらのお方、ここはエオルズヤでござるか。
ござる。
なんだい、やぶから棒に。この港町はベスパーベイ、ザナラーンの海の玄関口だが。
Big dude.
エオルズヤであると。 そういうことでよろしいか。
おお、エオルゼアではあるな。
そうかそうか。最初からそう答えておけばよいものを。少々苦労したがどうにかたどり着いたわ。このような小舟ではエオルゼアにはたどり着けぬだと。知ったかぶりの船乗りどもめ、気合があればなせぬことなど何もないわい。
What a jovial samurai. Hire a samurai.
しかしさすがの拙者も飲まず食わずで船を漕ぎ続けるのは少々答えたでござる。どこかで腹ごしらえでも。いやいや、こんな時こそ気合。我が使命を果たすことこそが優先でござる。空腹ごときで立ち止まってはおれぬわ。
おい、あんた大丈夫かい？
Hungry. Gee. Alright, more meetings. So many meetings in the game. It's like I'm watching Time I Was Reincarnated as Slime. It's like meetings everywhere. Welcome, Orlight. This way, if you please. Yay, more meetings.
皆様ご足労いただきありがとうございます。事態が事態ゆえに早速本題に入らせていただきましょう。
報告いたします。バエサルの頂上の上空に出現した光の繭ですが、依然として消えることなく存在を続けております。暁の賢人ヤシトラ殿の観測結果によれば、その内側には万神級のエーテルが内在しているとのこと。
やはりイルベルドのやつめが召喚を試みた万神が封じられているということか。それで帝国軍の動きはどうなのだ。
は、実は先日帝国軍の飛空戦艦が繭に対し接近を試みたのですが、撃墜されているのです。それ以降はというと静かなものです。
目撃した兵の証言によれば、繭から光が放たれ、一撃で飛空戦艦を落としたのだとか。
Oh, get fucked.
それはまるで第七零祭時に黒き万神が放った破滅の炎のようであったそうです。
古の万神バハムート。
So we have experience dealing with Bahamut.
つまり繭の中にいる万神は動きこそ封じられているものの覚醒していると。
とはいえ討滅を急ごうにも不用意に近づこうものなら飛空戦艦を落とすという強烈な一撃がお出迎えときたもんだ。
なに揃いも揃ってない頭をひねってやがる。今こそあれの出番だろうが。
What's up, douche? Sounds like a douche.
お前は
See, told ya. Wherever he goes, said your lover's gonna follow.
久しぶりだな、ガロンド。この下っ端に説明してくれよ。俺も関係者だってな。
何者だ？
おっと、こいつは失敬。俺の名はネロ。元はガレマール帝国軍第14軍団の幕僚長だったが、今はしがないフリーランスの貴公子でね。
ふざけやがって。
おっと、最後まで話をさせろよ。お前だってとっくに気づいているんだろう。あの眉の中にいる蛮神はバハムート級だ。そんな化け物相手に立ち向かえる存在はただ一つ。バハムートを捕らえし者。オメガだけだってよ。
オメガだと？バカな。あれはカルテノーの地下深くにて化石のごとく眠っているのだぞ。
俺様を誰だと思ってるんだ？あのアルテマウェポンを再生したのはこの俺、天才貴公子ネロトルスカエウア様だぞ。その俺様が特別に力を貸してやろうって言っているんじゃねえか。
手を貸すだと？ふざけるな。信用できるはずもない。クリスタルタワーの一件では確かに
This guy not only has a punchable face, he has a punchable voice too.
悲しいぜ、ガーロンド。同じ魔導院で学んだ仲だってのによ。帝国出身ってことにかけちゃ、お前と俺は変わりないんだぜ。それに、何か他に良案でもあるのか？またそこの英雄様に全てを押し付けて、成功すりゃおだててしまい、失敗したら全ておじゃんってか？なあ、論理的に考えてみろよ。現にこうしてオメガが眠りについているってことは、人の手で制御できることを示している。そうだろ？
ネロさんとおっしゃいましたね。オメガを利用して九段の蛮神を捕らえたとしてどうします？アラグ帝国と同じことをなそうとしているのではありませんか？
道具は道具。どう使うかは人次第ってやつだ。オメガを地中に埋めたままアウトロー戦区だなんだと奪い合いを続けたいなら、そうすればいいさ。
言葉が過ぎるぞネロ。たとえオメガを制御し得たとしてそれを使うのは人だ。だからこそアラグと同じ過ちを踏みかねないと言っている。
それをさせないために俺たち貴公子がいるんだろうが。
It's like somehow we don't trust you.
確かお前の会社の理念じゃなかったか？
減らず口よ。ネロの言葉信用できると思うか？
It's like, no. Makes me no, but I'll keep an eye on him. It's like, leave it to me.
たく、お前ってやつはいつも俺の背中を押しやがる。よし、 わかった。こうなったら俺も全力を尽くす。
G。
なあ、俺とこいつに任せちゃくれないか。
わかりました。ですが、あなた方に業を背負わすわけには参りません。私たち異聖書の責任において、オメガの使用を決断しましょう。
話は決まったようだな。カルテノ平原に部隊を派遣し、オメガを起動させる。その役割はシド、お前に一任するぞ。そしてその護衛役ネロの監視役として暁からも人員を選出してもらいたい。
わかりました。アウトロー戦区は各都市の利権が絡む場所。中立の立場を取る暁が同行する意味もありましょう。
それだったらドマの忍びさんも同行をお願いできる？ネロだかなんだかってのが怪しい動きを見せたら切り捨てて
You'd be welcome to kill him.
承知。
たく怖い姉ちゃんだぜ。ま、
Scary sister.
やろうじゃないか。仲良くな。
He's like, let's get along. How about no? Everyone's like, quick, murder him. Well, that was a rather unexpected development, and one which raises a number of questions, not least among them how Nero chanced to learn of the council meeting in the first place. Yay, more music! Everyone was eager to join Sid and the others. Sid and the others are assembling at the airship landing, as Elsie is already on her way, and it would not do to lag too far behind. Let us be off. Gotta run down to the basement. I'm not confident I'm ready to go. The others have stepped out into the landing for a moment, lest you wonder. Nero insisted that he be allowed to inspect the Excelsior before boarding. And you let him? Despite his very timely offer of assistance, the thought of the man poking about in the workings of the ship without prior supervision does not fill me with confidence. Calm yourself, your sister was adamant that he would never leave her sight. She and Yukari are, well, here they are now. Babysitting. Right, I think that's everyone. Shall I set a course for Cardinal? I'm going to ask that you delay departure slightly, requiring no more than a few hours at most. Our colleagues are studying the cocoon even as we speak, and I would hear the latest observations ere we proceed. It would seem wise to gain as clear understanding of the situation as possible before formulating our plan. Oh, I thought time was against us. How foolish of me. Hold your tongue. We want your opinion. We'll ask for it. Forgive me, my lady. I shall keep my counsel until such time as you have finished procrastinating. Alright, while Avenel speaks with his colleagues, I shall fly the Excelsior over to Mordona and we can reconvene on the Rising Stones. My apologies for the trouble. I shall visit Yshtal and the others forthwith and join you as soon as I am able. Monica, pray accompany I'll back to Rising Stones. I should feel safer knowing you're present to entertain our guest. Alright, everyone heading to Mordona is welcome to travel aboard the Excelsior. I'll clear things with the girl at the counter here. Let her know when you're ready to leave. Babysitting duty. If he gets out of line, murder duty. You're traveling with Master Garlimus? The Enterprise Excelsior is right this way. Alright, off to the donuts. Not quite a door-to-door service, but I couldn't exactly land her in the Toll's main square. Should we adjourn to the Rising Stones then? I mean, I don't feel like walking. Alright, what kind of shit are you up to here? It's like, do not trust.
賢人どもが集まる場所と聞いて期待していたんだが、魔導技術のかけらもありゃしねえ。つくづくエオルテアの奴らは遅れてるってのを実感するぜ。
And before Alice says, "Shut up, twat."
失礼な人です。この石の家にだって最新の魔導技術があるです。ウェッジさんが私のために作ってくれた魔導湯沸かし器シュワシュワケトル14世という優れものがあるのです。
Shrug. That's right, you tell him, Tataru.
待たせたね。ヤシトラやクレルさん、それにサンクレットたちは国への森に残って引き続き光の舞の監視と計測を続けてもらっている。
私はついてきちゃった。パパリモが命をかけて稼いでくれた時間を無駄にするわけには。
Or is your depression arc over already?
頼むー。
Hello.
何あの暑苦しそうなの。
こちらが暁の賢人たちが住まうという石の家でござるか。ウ
Gozaru.
リエンジェ殿の紹介にて訪ねてまいった。ぬそこなる女人、夕霧ではござらんか。探しておったぞ。
まさかあのむさ苦しい夕霧の知り合い。
豪雪、なぜお主がこのようなところに。
夕霧、お主を探してはるばる土間より船を漕いで参ったのだ。どうにか港にたどり着いたまではよかったが、腹が減ってどうにも動けぬありさまでな。ウリエンジェ殿のご好意がなければ危ういところであった。そして飯食いがてらに話を聞いてみれば、ドマの民がこの地の開拓に参加しているというではないか。しかもついて早々夕霧と再会できるとは何たる幸運。さあ夕霧よ、旅支度を整えよ。我らが主君がかつてない危機の渦中にあるのだ。急ぎ我らが故郷ドマへと帰還し、馳せ参じねばならん。
すまぬが、豪雪。私には請け負った任務があるゆえ、すぐには戻れぬ。
なんと帰れぬと申すか。貴様、大恩を忘れたわけではあるまいな。一宿一般の恩義があるやもしれぬが、今は主君の危機ぞ。
民を逃がし、何事があっても守り抜けと命じたのも我が主。そしてここにいる暁の方々は我らを救ってくれた恩人。その恩を返さず帰ったとあらば、主は私を切り捨てるだろう。
Thinking is hard.
そして今、守るべき民の安全を脅かす事態が起きている。故に任を引き受け、これより向かおうとしているところ。任も民も捨ておいては、何より主君に面目が立たぬ。
おいおいおいおい、
Jerk.
何をグダグダやってるんだ。オメガの力は帝国軍も狙ってるんだぞ。こんなところで。
帝国だと。夕霧よ、敵は憎きガレマール帝国の連中なのだな。 敵が帝国の不届き者となれば話は別だ。早く申せ。
There's one right there. Quick, cut him down.
刃の味を帝国兵に味わわせる好機。逃してなるものか。この豪雪も助立ちするゆえ、さあさあ、戦場へ案内されよ。
It's like we have a troublesome new friend. Wait, could I speak to you for the moment? Do you remember when I had you meet me in the Diamond Forge and we ambushed you? Assault. Surprise! Well, once we had your measurements, I set to work making you a traveling outfit in my spare time. I've only just this moment finished the stitching, but I wanted you to have it before you left. Here. Great new clothes. You can try it on right now if you like. Adventuring clothes. School uniform. So we measure correctly, the fit should be just right. Snug but not too snug, if you know what I mean. So, how does it feel? Thumbs up. Not just saying that, are you? Oh, I can't tell you how much this means to me. To have crafted something worthy of the Warrior of Light. It's, well, let's just say it makes all the practice worthwhile. I also sewed in a blood pearl charm to, you know, bring you home. May it always protect you. Alright, suddenly adventuring outfit. And a monocle. Alright, are we finally getting the mission started? Yda's eyes shine with rekindled determination. So rekindled that you have to see it in a cutscene. But we can't see your eyes! So you have to wake Omega up, right? When do we start? Yda, are you sure that's... I'm sure, yes. I won't lie and say I'm completely fine, but I'll feel a lot better if I'm doing something useful. Very well, I'll remain here and continue coordinating our efforts with the Alliance. Elfin may happy you should return to Gridania and assist your stolen Krile. A fine suggestion. The rest will form the Cardinal Expedition Party. Nero and I will focus on rousting Omega, while Monica, Yda, and our Doman friends will take care of security. Oh, he's so pumped up. Excelsior is by the lake just outside town. We'll leave as soon as everyone is ready. Shrug. Gonna make us plow to the lake? Yes. Huh, instance time. We haven't far to go. Thank luck we'll be in Cardinal before Ghost has to grace the deck with his dinner. Once there, however, we have best be on our guard. Given that Elaine Royale was still active when Omega was discovered, we can be sure that the Empire has long since been aware of its existence. If Nero deemed it the obvious solution to the threat posed by the new Primal, it is not impossible that Garland might do the same. Have your weapons ready and your wits about you. Something tells me we're flying into a fight. It's like we most certainly are. Fight time.
Yoし、転移装置は起動したぜ。こいつを使えばオメガの管制室までひとっ飛びって寸法だ。
その慣れた手つき。お前、前にもここに来たことがあるな。
He's like, yup.
おお、派手にドンパチやらかしている連中を出し抜くのにはちょいとばかり苦労したがな。こんなに面白そうなおもちゃを見逃す手はないだろうが。下調べは万全だぜ。
油断できんやつめ。だが相変わらずの純粋な知識欲、それだけは認めてやるぜ。
We have company.
不審な飛空艇を追ってみれば
Grin.
手
What?
のシドガーランドを見つけられるとは。そして天才飛行士がここにいるということは
This guy sounds really punchable too.
ブツも近くにあるだな。オラにも月が回ってきたぞ。
やっぱり帝国軍も石膏を放っていやがったか。おい、しっかり足止めしておけよな。
You're not gonna help? Didn't you used to wield a big ass hammer? Alright, he's just gonna peace out.
奴を一人で先に行かせるわけには。俺はネロを追う。連中の相手は任せたぞ。
Alright, time to fuck you guys up. Hello, new friend.
我が名は豪雪。遥か東方ドマ国の侍大将なり。いざ尋常に勝負せい。
That weapon looks heavy. Alright, facial close up. You guys are gonna get fucked up. It's gonna be an easier fight than the Warriors of Darkness, right? No, none of your shit. It's like a boss. Suddenly friends. Just doing circles around the boss. AoE! AoE! Surrender, we have you outnumbered. Wouldn't be the first time. Are you still playing with those soldiers? I suppose I can lend you one of my toys, but only if you promise to give it back. Hmm? Behold the Red Baron! Now end this nonsense! What the? No one told me they'd have magic armor! Forward, for the Empire! I get Magitech! The honorless cur thinks to abandon his men? I shall see that he shares their fate. Pray attend to the rest of his minions. Magitech. Alright, what do we get to use here? See, cannon, photo stream, projectile, straight line. Explosion! Laser, okay, got it. Big explosion! I'm gonna find my laser! I'll get fucked! Big explosion! Whee! Explosion. There's so much explosion going on. You're running on soldiers. Oh, hi. Deserting a battle is punishable death. Already stand your ground. Come back here now, please. Alright, murder. You bring this fate upon yourself. Damn it all. I'll kill Bass for the last thing, because that was the last thing I do. You getting murdered. Big things. Murdered. You haven't seen the last of me, mark my words. It'll be you who rules this day. Run away! Runs pretty fast for all that heavy shit he's got. Alright, murder successful. Alright, what are you guys up to in here? Beep boop beep.
時間凍結解除。システムチェック。オールクリア。そっちは？
こっちも終わった。目覚めるぞ。
すげえ。こいつは最高のおもちゃだぜ。目覚めた途端に光の前を認識しやがった。さすがはバハムートを捕らえし者だぜ。
だがこいつは完全な自律型無人兵器だ。アルテマウェポンと違って人が乗って直接操縦するわけにはいかない。起動後オメガは眉の万神を捉えようとするだろう。その後にできることは時間凍結システムを使って活動を停止させることだけだぞ。
問題がありゃ緊急停止させるまでだ。ま、詳しい検証まではできちゃいねえが、俺様とお前がいてできないはずがねえ。
私バカだからよくわからないけど、いいのかな本当に。
Well, what do you think? Is there any other way? He was just, what do you think?
余計なことは考えないで決断しろってこと？
What do you think? Are bad things going to happen? I'm pretty sure bad things are going to happen if it ends up as a raid.
私決めたよ。指導どいて。それを押せばいいんだよね。
And he was like, but I want to press the button.
パパリモがくれたチャンスを逃すわけにはいかない。だから私は私の責任でこれを押す。パパリモのためにもお願い。
Fly free, my pretty.
その調子だ、可愛い子ちゃん。
オメガ起動シーケンス確認。発進するぞ。
Is she gonna break free? It's like, sup, bitch, I'm here to blast the shit out of you. Aw, missiles. Is this fight gonna drag on? Missiles, missiles. Tidal wave. Incoming flying Omega! I'm a firing my laser! Pew 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 pew! Oh, laser! Is it laser time? Delta attack. I'm a firing my laser. Explosion. Like pretty much nuke the world. Nuked. Both got murdered. Double KO.
Omega の反応消失。時間凍結システムはまだ起動していないぞ。
何がどうなっているでござるか。拙者、機械は苦手ゆえな。
俺様とシドの操作は完璧だった。だが、オメガからの通信が途絶しやがったんだ。とにかく、現地で観測してる奴らに確認するぞ。
ああ、ひとまず時間凍結システムは起動しておいた。これで暴走のリスクはなくなったはずだ。さあ。
It's like all the way. So it crash landed all the way in the next zone. Concern.
Omega はあいつをやっつけたよ。パパリモンがかけた魔法がこの世界から消えていく。つながりが途絶えたの。だから
No more disguise. I'm not sure why we lost contact with Omega, but I mean to find out. Let's be on our way. One moment everything was functioning perfectly, and the next it wasn't. It makes no sense. We need to see what happened to it for ourselves and soon. Alright, music. That one has the look of a man with much to say. The Forage Base. Last quest? Finally. Words can ill express how glad I am to see you all unharmed. When Omega came hurtling towards the cocoon, everything dissolved into chaos. I have to see it. I have to see it with my own eyes. You don't wait. We must. Elder Seals is expecting us. We're not. Ghosts and I will watch over it. You may safely attend your meeting. My thanks, Yukiri. Small, medium, large, and larger you play heroes, although not so much of a hero. The council reconvened a short while ago. Let us make haste for the Lotus Stand. All there are eager to hear your testimony. Alright, more meetings! It's like, no cutscene starting immediately. But we still go into cutscene here. It's like this time you had to walk. My friends, full eagerly have we waited your return. Few indeed could have discharged the duty entrusted to you, and most humbly do we thank you for seeing it done. You're too kind, sister. As I recall, we as good as demanded the right to try, but tell me, how did the battle unfold? We succeeded in awakening Omega, aye, but we lost contact with the weapon shortly after launch. From our position in the control room, we were blind to all that followed. What words could do justice to such a scene? None of my choosing, that much is certain. But I can give you the facts. The cocoon hatched even as Omega arrived, and from its midst rose the great dragon. The pair duly set about each other in the skies over Girabania. The problems might divide ourselves. It seemed the very heavens would be rent asunder by the force of its blows, and a wheel with such magic as I had never seen, and hope never to see again. The battle raged on with no end in sight until both combatants were engulfed in a blinding flash of light. When the radiance faded, saw the pair fall motionless from the sky, coming to rest somewhere on Allagan soil. I will not speak for the rest, but to my eye it seemed that each had landed a fatal blow upon each other. But most among us could think only of Bahamut when looking upon the promised form. The domins were heard to whisper the name Shiniru. It would appear that the being resembles a creature of Far Eastern legend, and we have found it convenient to refer to it as such. This Shiniru's fate, and indeed that of Omega, is yet unknown. We have, alas, no eyes on the Girabanian side of the border. Aye, which is why we have sent our main force under the command of Marshal Tarupin to capture the wall. With the Imperials in disarray, we have the perfect opportunity to secure Gridania's border and assess the aftermath of the impact. I myself will join the Marshal and his men when the council is adjourned. Well, that explains a few things. I'll wager that flashlight coincided with our loss of contact. Lest you wonder, we quickly re-engaged Omega's stasis system, so even if it has fallen to the Empire's lap, it will be of no use to them, save perhaps as a statue. Correct. Without me to guide their efforts, it would take them decades to decipher Omega's core functions if they managed it at all. Such reassurances do much to calm our fears, yet the relic's fate is but one of several concerns. Indeed, I humbly submit that the time has come for us to make contact with the resistance representatives in Girabania. Though Ilbert has forced our hand, it would seem only logical to seek an alliance, given the inevitability of Imperial retaliation. And by working in concert, it is not impossible that Alamigo might finally be wrested from Garlamel's grasp. Concerned look. You must be exhausted. I would ordinarily suggest that we retire directly to the Rising Sun, but I wonder if we might first make a small detour. Just only others have gathered at Amarix's Spire, and I imagine that you two would be interested to see what has become of the wall now the cocoon is gone. You decide then. Lead on. Hello. Everything okay over here? It's time for your disguise to be gone.
二人とも無事でよかった。激しい戦闘があったと聞いたが。
戦闘は上空で行われたから。頂上の向こう側には被害が出たようだけれど、幸いこちら側は無事よ。
悪夢のような光景だったわ。光の眉から現れたドラゴン型の万神。あれは破壊の衝動だけが結集したかのような存在だった。
第7霊祭を目撃したイルベルドがニーズヘッグの竜の目を使って帝国を倒すためだけに呼び下ろした憎しみと破壊の神か。
それと互角以上に戦っているように見えたオメガの存在も脅威よ。でも何と表現したらいいかわからないわ。
So we get a Mega Mark II in this game?
それで彼女は
イダなら上にいるわ。行きましょう。
are you doing up here, friend?
光の眉、なくなっちゃってるね。本当にあっけない。
いいだ。
別に後悔してるわけじゃないんだよ。全部分かっていたんだ。あの時パパリモがやろうとしてた封印魔法が命がけのものだってこともちゃんと理解してた。それが時間稼ぎにしかならないってこともね。
イダ、あなた。
いつまでもパパリモの小さな背中に隠れてはいられない。このマスクはね、私がパパリモの相棒になるために必要だっただけのもの。20年前、アラミゴが帝国軍に占領されたあの日、私はまだ5歳にもならない子供だった。私の父さんは暴君だったアラミゴ王に立ち向かった革命軍のリーダーの一人でね。そして姉さん、父さんの手伝いをして戦う優しくて強くてかっこいい姉さんがいたんだ。でも帝国軍が攻めてきて、父さんは戦ってそれっきり。私は姉さんに連れられて逃げて逃げて逃げ続けてシャーレアンの植民都市にたどり着いたの。姉さんは故郷を奪還するため、やがてルイゾア様たちと活動を始めたんだ。私はそんな姉さんを誇りに思ってた。
あなたがその仮面をかぶってイダを名乗っていたのはお姉さんに対する憧れ、それとも意志を継ぐ覚悟かしら。
やっぱりヤシトラ気づいてたんだね。私がイダじゃないって。
当たり前でしょ。他の賢人のみんなも一目で気づいてたわよ。
そっか、やっぱり賢人のみんなにはかなわないな。姉さんは6年前にアラミゴから難民を逃がす任務中に死んだ。小さな女の子を助けるために無茶をしたんだって。あんなに強かった姉さんが。
Why did you never tell me?
ごめんね、黙ってて。私の本当の名前はリセ。なんかさ、パパリモから姉さんの形見だってこのマスクをもらった時にさ、思っちゃったんだよね。パパリモの相棒になって手伝いたいって。姉さんになりたかったわけじゃない。自分が中途半端なことくらい分かってる。でもパパリモが最後に言ったんだ。
お前にしかできない役目があるって。パパリモがつけてくれた賢人の文様も消えちゃった。うん、きっと消してくれたんだ。だから私は選ばなくちゃいけない。リセとしての選択を。父さんの、姉さんの悲願を達成するために。
Well, let's go spend an entire expansion liberating it.
私たち家族の故郷を取り戻したい。
再び大戦が始まる。
悔いているのでござるか。あの時帝国に反旗を翻した時のことを。
迷ったことがないと言えば嘘になる。だがそれでも私は刃を捨てずに生きてきた。
そうだ、我らの戦いはまだ終わってはござらん。行くぞ夕霧、遥かなる東方へ。
It was brave of Lise to remove her mask after so long. Though she has scarce begun to come to terms with Paul's loss, that one act made plain her determination to move forward. And should she ever falter, we shall be there to support her on this road she has resolved to walk. Let us return to the Rising Stones. We have quite a story to tell Tateru and my sister. And once again to the donuts. Oh, staff roll? Yes, staff roll. Pause. Oh, mighty I used to do Tateru's voice as well. I want to find who voices Nero. Oh, Endo voices Yada. And Eddie Kitamura I recognize. Riki Kitazawa. Don't recognize a lot of his voice work, but still sounds like a douche in this game. Alright, Heaven's Ward main story, finally complete. He may have mentioned that often all his praise may be of all that has come to pass in Gridania. Your only task now is to rest. This is the calm before the storm. Lise has chosen a path, and as our friends, we must do what we can to support that choice. We are fated to join the conflict in any case. Once the Lance has taken the wall and opened the way to Girabania, we will have little choice but to fight. Which is not to say the cause is unworthy. After all, ignoring the plight of those whom one might conceivably save is not wisdom but indolence. Correct? I, for one, look forward to joining hands with the Alamegans and striking a blow against the tyranny of the Empire, as I rather suspect you. Alright, achievement? Achievement? No? Did you get a cutscene? Hi, Pippin. Quick march, the Imperials will soon come to their senses and we must be ready to face their retribution. Pippin's sword is as big as he is. It is almost time, father. Aye, almost. Stand firm, Pippin. I learned to brace myself against the charge of the bull of Alamigo. No foe will dislodge me. Very well, Ilbert. I will take our homeland back. for the both of us. Bad things happening. My Lord Viceroy, our scouts have confirmed the preliminary reports. Belster's wall has fallen to the Erosian lines. The hunt for Omega and the unknown Icon continues, though both yet elude us. My lord, their battle caused considerable damage across the region. Should we perchance divert some of our forces from the search to undertake necessary reconstruction work? Forgive me, my lord. I did not intend. Your will be done. Unknown? My spies tell me the dome is called Shinryu and that it proved a match for Omega. Yes, the coming days promise to be most interesting. Most interesting. At the far edge of fate, the road begins anew. The heroes look to the eastern skies and behold their crimson hue. A dawn of liberation, a gathering storm of blood. Stormblood. Achievement. Alright, Stormblood quest. 5 minutes of fate. Alright, we still have the side quest to do. There's some little side quests here, and then there's the one Hildebrand side quest that needs to be accomplished. What's this one? Sending to Imperium. Gond Limbal appears to be waiting for you. Oh my god, I've been waiting for your turn. You see, after you helped bring an end to the Dragonsong War, we have striven to rebuild the city, and thanks to the assistance of countless craftsmen, our efforts to restore the Firmament to its former glory are finally complete. In fact, House Zemail assembled a team of masons so skilled and efficient that they were able to finish the construction of an entirely new quarter. Its name is Imperium, and it was created to serve as a residential district for adventurers from across the realm. No amount of description can truly convey its splendor, so I have asked that... what is it, Thormelin? To escort you there, that you might see for yourself. Seek him out in the broom when you have a moment. And what's this? When posted, the notice fairly jumps out at you. Most reads workers sought for the Firmament Reconstruction Project. It's small in smaller letters. It continues. Let it be known that large-scale reconstruction works aimed at revitalizing the Holy See of Ishgard have been approved by the House of Lords and Commons. Selected as the principal site for the project is the Firmament District, which sustained extensive damage during the war. Willing and able hands are now sought to contribute to the reconstruction effort, regardless of birth and origin. From those skilled in gathering from the land to those adept at creating with their hands, the project's needs are great and diverse. Contributions will not go unrewarded. Interested parties are invited to present themselves in the Firmament. According to on the bottom of the notice, a man named Thormelin in the broom will... I have to see the same person. Alright, we also have the level 60, what is it? Class quests, right? New ones that opened up to take us to the new lands. Stormblood is the last expansion that had class quests, though. I think, yeah, starting from Shadowbringers, they were consolidated in Crystarium. Hey, Thormelin. What are you up to? Well, my friend, answering the call of Firmament, are you? Wonderful, wonderful. Wait, I know you. You're the savior of Ishgard. Are you saying that you will contribute to the reconstruction project? Yes, I'm ready and willing. To think that fabled heroes such as you would help to rebuild our city, we are grateful beyond words. That is, there just one trifling matter. You perchance possess a work permit? It is a requirement for non-Ishgardians, you see. No. Is that so? As I recall, you are a ward of House Fortemps, in which case perhaps an exception can be made. Alas, I don't have the authority to make such a decision. Well, I do, and I believe the permit can be overlooked in her case. Lord Overseer, that you would grace us again. Greetings, friend. It's been quite a while. Indeed, I shouldn't be surprised if you have forgotten me. Sorry, but of course I haven't forgotten you. Except I did. I don't know that you should remember me. Much and more has happened since first we met, not least of all the wars and in Ishgard's transformation. Feels like an age ago that you and Lord Horsham saved me from a heretic's fate. You've proven your worth to me then. Even so, little did I expect that you would go on to save our entire nation. Oh yeah, that's the dude that was, You're a hero to us all, and no amount of words could express my gratitude. No, only through action could I begin to repay the debt. Was that back in ARR? Has been a while, huh? Thus resolved to do my part for Ishgard, and that I might honor those noble souls who risked life and limb to protect the nation. Souls such as you and Lord Horshafont. And so when an overseer was being sought for the restoration project, I put forth my candidacy as representative of my house. Our workshops and engineers could be put to good use, I reasoned. It was by no means unanimous, but the Fury saw fit to see me elected to the office. Honored am I for this opportunity to serve the nation and to redeem House Halenart's good name. Owing to the contribution of artisans hailing from far and wide, we have accomplished our goal of rebuilding this district. However, we are still shorthanded in the area of administration, on account of which I have been performing such odd tasks as I could, which is what brings me here today. As a matter of fact, I'm about to go and survey our citizens in order to learn what they envision for the Firmament. Maybe for a moment, might I have the pleasure of your company? Well, traveled as you are, your opinion would be in great interest to me, and I believe folk would be more than willing to share their thoughts with you. Yeah, my gratitude. Without further ado, let us take ourselves to the Jeweled Crozier. We are bound to find a diverse assortment of people there. But I have other things to turn in here. Oh, my lady, grace us with your presence once more. Perchance you're interested in Imperium? If so, say no more. I shall escort you there myself. And if you're not there, I will surely be happy to answer any questions you may have. Sure. Housing District. Housing District. Fancy Housing District. Generic house music. Welcome to the Imperium. As our restoration efforts progress, they eventually expand to include the construction of this little taste of heaven on earth. We're in debt to countless adventurers such as yourself who helped bring about an end to the Dragonsong War, and as thanks, we wish to provide a space for you to call home. Of course, we will require a nominal fee for any plots of land or apartments you purchase, but know that your guild will help us rebuild bigger and better than before. If you'd like to hear more, please speak with the resident caretaker for further assistance. Alright, all the way back. So, what do you think of Imperium? I do hope it was to your liking. Given that our boards were closed for so long, I worry that outsiders such as yourself might not take interest in this new district. But know there's our serious wish that you and other noble souls will consider making Ishgard your new home. Well, that's a lot of experience for side quest. Imperium Aether, now accessible. Alright, new residential area. Join friends with the service press boys to learn their opinion of the Firmament. As the survey may take several minutes, you may wish to cancel any independent duty finders. Alright, get some opinions. A random Hilda appears. Well, I come here to get supplies for the watch, and what should I find but a familiar face? Ain't that, and if that ain't a pretty lad you got with you, Monica, and a highborn one besides, you've done well for yourself. You know me, I always aim high. You know me, I always aim high. I'm teasing this all. Any road, it's good to see you, my friend. What brings you here? I like that smug look. Lady Hilda, your reputation precedes you. As you may be aware, approval was recently passed for the restoration of the Firmament. In order to build a district that best serves its residents, we would know what good citizens such as yourself envision for it. Will you not share with us your thoughts? Ah, so you're the one they appointed overseer. Well then, you won't mind if I speak freely. Now, this ain't hardly revolutionary, but I want the Firmament to be a place where we can all make an honest living. Where if a man works hard enough, he can have a roof over his head and food in his belly. It might be as the war is over, but for a lot of us, the struggle continues same as before. The sort of struggle blue bloods will never know. Remember, Ishgard don't belong to the high and the holy now. If the nation's to prosper, all our citizens need to prosper. Well, we must be getting on, but if you need a guards, feel free to send word. If the coin's fair, I reckon we can come to an arrangement. Peace out. What's that dude searching for? Long time no see, Briardian. There's Lord Briardian. I heard that he is traveling the realm in his capacity as consulting inspector, but appears he has returned to Ishgard. Like you good self, he is well-traversed individual, and I should like to inquire after his opinion. Do you suppose we could beg a moment of his time? I mean, we do know each other. We meet again, Inspector. Good morning. You there, the one with the spectacles. We meet again, Inspector. Hey, friend. Oh, Miss Monica, I did not expect to see you here, busy as you have supposed to be been out late. Lord Veridian, a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Francel de Halenart, and I have the honor of overseeing the reconstruction of the Firmament. It is not you are intimately familiar with all the city-states of Rosia, and I should be much obliged for your insights. In your opinion, what is the one thing you believe that the Firmament needs most? If the district is to thrive, then it must have a thriving economy. As I've often observed in my travels, the flow of goods and people is as lifeblood to a city and should be encouraged. Ishgard has long been insular, but the recent changes present a great opportunity given the right planning. I am hopeful that ours may become a nation where no citizen lives in want. I bid you the very best in your endeavors, and should you have need of my investigative prowess, do not hesitate to call upon me, by your leave. Am I going to see you again in the, what is it, in the other quest line over here? With Idiot Hildebrand? Oh, there, old boy. My brave and dashing Lord Amelie. My brave and dashing! Yo! And there I thought a distressed damsel was crying out for the comfort of mine arms. You surely know how to get a man's hopes up, old girl. It was my dear friend Lord Francel. How fares your lovely sister? Has she perchance spoken of me of late? If Laniette has spoken of you, I fear it has not been in our conversations. Now, if I may change the subject, Lord Emmeline, you will have heard that the Restoration Firmament has commenced. Is there aught that you envision for the district? What I envision, I can't say I've given it much thought. Aren't you supposed to be out in the Corthus? Well, with the war finally come to an end, what is in order if not festivities? Yes, make the Firmament into a festive place. A place where one and all may engage in revelry each and every day. Beg pardon, my lord, but I believe Lord Francel seeks something more specific and, dare say I say, constructive. No, the advice comes from the heart, and I shall take it to heart. You have my gratitude, Lord Emmeline. Emmanelaine. Always pleasure to aid a fellow man. Now then, we must be on our way. Take care, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Oh, and Lord Francel, do send my finest regards to your sister. Tell her how very helpful I was. Yes, that's good. Isn't Francel's sister the one in Sea of Clouds? I'll just say we have spoken with enough people. Shall we conclude the survey and review what we have learned? Yes, Laniette of the Rose Knights. Out in the Sea of Clouds. Thanks to your presence, we were able to hear a diverse variety of opinions. Each one has merit. The question is whether the visions can be made reality. No such pessimism will not serve. I must have faith and try my earnest best. Now then, for all this talk of Firmament, you haven't seen it yet, have you? Would you care to inspect it with me? I will be there for a while hence, so please join me at your leisure. Thumlin by the entrance will show you to the district. Oh, and when you see the man, would you mind giving him this? 'Tis bone-chilling work standing there as he does, and there's a little something to keep him warm. Employment benefits. I could hand it to him to be sure, but it would be all the more warming coming from the savior of Ishgard. With that, I shall go on ahead. See you in the Firmament, my friend. Alright, see ya. Welcome back. Will you be heading to the Firmament? Yes. Also, have some mulled wine. And the Lord Overseer say he truly is too kind. Before I began working under Lord Francel, I thought it was a little of highborns as I assumed they thought of us commoners. But not only treats everyone as equals, he shows kindness to everyone. And to receive this gift from the hands of the savior of Ishgard herself, I am touched beyond words. Thank you, my lady. I shall enjoy the wine when I find a quiet moment. Now then, I believe Lord Francel is expecting you in the Firmament. Just say the word and I'll show you through. There's a series of quests to do in here too, just to get shown around, because this place is already constructed. Oh my god, it's so festive! Hi, Francel. There you are. I bid you welcome to the Firmament. Balloons! As the rebuilding itself is complete, this is but the beginning, however, and we must now turn attention to the ruining of the district. Is this different text than if you're here while they were still building it? We have much more to do, but speaking of the people that stoke the fires of my determination, I want to make the Firmament into a vibrant, thriving district where highborn and lowborn alike may live side by side in harmony. It'll be lying were I to say the task does not daunt me. There is a limit to what I can achieve, especially given House Halenart's diminished influence. Have I come at a bad time? Oh hi, Count Edmund. To what do we owe the honor? Lest you forget, I am the Count of 4 times no more, just a retired old man. As for my presence here, Madeline reported that Monica was in Ishgard, and I thought I would make a social call. You'll forgive me my eavesdropping, but it seems the reconstruction project is not immune to the uncertainty that has accompanied our nation's transition to a republic. Monica, I'm given to understand that the other nations have established residential districts for adventure use. Is that true? Yes, I have a house in one. They're districts especially for adventure use, and you possess an abode in one such place? I would like to pay you a visit one day, my friend. The truth is, our nation is divided by a gulf. While the redistribution of wealth may go some ways towards closing this gulf, it shall not lead to true independence for the masses. We must ask ourselves in this new age in which we live, what role should each one of us play? In pondering this dilemma, I believe that we may draw inspiration from adventurers and their independent lives. Independent lives, if we were to translate this into the firmament, might it not assume the form of self-administration? You seem to have found a spark, in which case this old man's ramblings have served the purpose. I shall pray for your success, Lord Francel. Your words are as a beacon in the dark, my lord. Thank you. Well, God, you seem to be occupied at present, so I'll leave you to your task. But when you next meet, I hope you be regaled with your recent adventures. As there are 4 times matter at your disposal, should you need a rest. Thanks, friend. And I guess famous author now. You done talking, Francel? Because I'm itching to meet your hero friend. Yes, forgive me for the wait. I'd like me to introduce you to Augabert, formerly an engineer of our house. He now serves as the project's chief foreman. It is thanks to his leadership on site that I am able to focus my energies on the administrative aspects of the reconstruction. Francis told me all about you. First you have saved the whole bleeding nation, now you're helping us rebuild brick by brick. What can I say except it's great to have you on board? If you have any questions about the work, I'd be happy to fill them. Just save the tedious stuff like the budget for Francel, eh? Speaking of which, if you can spare another moment, my friend, I should like to consult you on some administration matters. With a little task demanding my time, I cannot always be present on site, but I endeavor to visit as often as possible, and I hope to see you often too. Alright, thanks. Beet soup. Can't beat that. You now have access to the Firmament. Speak with Augabert to learn more how you may contribute. The quest here for the completion of it. Right, if you're gonna last hand, a little explanation is over. First thing I want to talk about is the Sky Builders board. Most of what's written there is for newcomers, though I reckon it never hurts for even vets to give it a look from time to time. Besides that, we try to keep a record of our progress to date that it might guide us going forward. Now let's talk about the work itself. The main thing we need our artisans to do is provide us with supplies. Let's help you organize quicker if you speak with Puckin over there. Run along and introduce yourself to him. Hi, Puckin. Little Monica, Chief Foreman mentioned that you'd be helping us. It'd be my pleasure to explain the work to you. The reconstruction effort itself is complete. We remain in need of supplies for maintenance and upkeep of the Firmament. The items you donate will be put to use for building inspection and repair, as well as to provide necessary services to all those who could call the district home. Items you wish to donate can be brought to myself. Feel free to ask me anytime about what we seek. Naturally, you'll be rewarded for your contributions. Depending on the item, we'll present you with an amount of Skybuilder scripts. Oh, and I should mention that we've introduced an initiative to provide additional incentive and excitement to collaborators such as your good self. The initiative takes the form of a game of chance called the Couple of Fortune. Hooray, games! Gambling. When you donate certain items to us, you will receive a stamp upon a voucher. Once you have collected 5 stamps, you may take the voucher to Lisbeth for your chance to win a splendid prize. If you know more, I recommend you speak with Lisbeth. If you're interested in Koopa Nuts, I'm afraid I cannot exist, but if you're interested in the Couple of Fortune, you've come to the right place, Koopa. It will please explain how the game works. Upon each Couple of Fortune card, there are 4 hexagons, each depicting a treasure chest provided courtesy of our Moogle friends. Playing simply scratch open a chest of your choice. If the chest holds something from first to 4th prize, congratulations. The fabulous item shown on the prize list is yours. But be fairly warned, a ferocious beast lies in wait for hapless treasure hunters. Should you find a griffin instead, you must console yourself with a consolation prize. Now for the important details. The chest on the left holds only 2nd, 3rd, and 4th prizes. Meaning, while you cannot win first prize, neither is there the danger of finding a griffin. The 3 chests on the right, meanwhile, can hold any of the 4 prizes as well as a griffin, meaning while you have a chance to reap the richest reward, you must also walk away with a paltry prize. Which side you scratch open is entirely choice. As the prizes on offer change each time you play, be sure to cast an eye over the prize list before trying your luck. That concludes the explanation. If you wish to review the rules, I will post the information on Skybuilder's board, so please refer to your leisure. Oh, and may I ask if you've been informed about exchanging Skybuilder scripts? If not, I urge you to speak out any for the details. The right shard. Oh, they're all open. Don't have to attune to them. Not speaking to just anyone. You honor us with your presence, but your contribution besides. Now you may have heard that contributing to the cost earns you Skybow scripts. These can be brought here in exchange for a selection of wares. We will expand the range of items offered, but we might continue to attract contributors even now with the reconstruction effort itself has been completed. Aside from donating items, you may also earn scripts by bringing materials gathered in the diadem. Have you been informed about these, perchance? If not, Flot Passant will be able to furnish you with the particulars. Meanwhile, I shall look forward to exchanging many scripts for you. So much explaining going on. My little monk, how may I serve you this day? You have a mind to employ your gathering skills for benefit of the restoration effort. You say, marvelous, marvelous. It shall be my pleasure to provide you with an explanation of our work. As you doubtless already aware, the Firmament's reconstruction demands a veritable mountain of materials. In order to meet this need, it is decided that we should harness the diadem's abundance of resources. Able goddess as yourself, your good self, may venture forth to the Isles and bring back materials to be used in the Firmament's reconstruction. Given the nature of the Isles, however, we must make certain that materials found there are not, shall we say, tainted before we put them to good use. To that end, we shall ask you to bring all the items you have gathered to myself for inspection. Those items may be deemed safe will be returned to you with a seal of approval. Unless you wonder, yes, fish are also subject to inspection. By your puzzled expression, I see you struggle to fathom what use the restoration effort has for fish. You see, the fish that him and diadem are known to consume unusual things, and through inspection we determine whether a creature holds resource in his belly. Once that's confirmed, you may help yourself to the bounty with a quick spot of desynthesis. Now then, you're truly curious as to what you stand to gain for your troubles. In recognition of the dangers of the diadem, we offer Skybuilder scripts by way of recompense. Furthermore, all materials you find are yours to do with as you please. Whether you choose to sell them to crafters or craft them yourself, they will ultimately benefit the reconstruction. And that concludes my explanation. If you have mind to travel to the diadem for this endeavor, please present yourself to Lord Arvale beside me for further information. There's so much information here. You are welcome. I take it you have received an overview of our part in restoration effort. It shall be my pleasure to apprise you of all the details. As you're doubtless aware, the diadem is a land where the aether is in constant flux. This problem gives rise to an ever-changing environment, but there's been one constant, as the Isles have always been teemed with savage creatures. Yet when I recently journeyed there to investigate a change in the weather, what should I find but the population of dangerous fauna has markedly decreased. Never has it been easier to avail ourselves of the diadem's bounty. Seeing the potential for this development to benefit Ishgard, I presented this discovery to our nation's leaders, who wasted no time in designing the Isles as an official foraging ground for the restoration project. And now we seek those versed in the field of foraging to travel to the diadem and bring back resources needed for the Firmament's reconstruction. Lest you worry that pickaxes, hatchets, and fishing rods provide poor protection against these creatures that still lurk the Isles. Never fear, we have managed to keep our valued volunteers safe. Behold, the aethromatic auger! Conceived by none other than my Lord Stephanivian, this ingenious contraption, good old the machinist's friend, is a marvel of personal protection and resource procurement. Permit me to explain. As you know, the Isles diadem are replete with aether. The auger gradually absorbs it as you go around foraging. Once you have sufficient aether stored, you may unleash a compressed blast of it against a hapless fiend, and presto, the creature is now a bounty of resources. And then you have it armed with the auger. We ask that you gather and bring back resources for the diadem. It couldn't be simpler. But to think that my Lord Brother's creation could benefit my venture, which in turn serves to aid the efforts of our younger brother, all for the benefit of our nation. Proud am I to call myself a Hellenart. But come, my friend, we mustn't dally while honor and glory wait. Let us set forth for the diadem at once, is what I would say. But this for the sake of formality, I am required to introduce you to someone. Beyond you and across from the kitchen, there stands Lord Ludovrant. Hailing from a long line of scholars, the man has a gift for numbers and a charge with tallying skyward scores. If you might to lend us your procuring prowess, you would do well to speak with him. Even more knowledge. I see them, yes, I see them, the threads of fate entwine us, binding us together as strongly as chains of mithril. Long have I awaited the coming of one such as you. My apologies, but I am wont to become excited in the presence of peerless artisans. My name is Ludovrant, and I have the honor of tallying up skyward scores. In order to accord greater recognition of our collaborators, we shall have begun keeping scores of our contributions to the restoration effort. By donating items that are exceptionally difficult to obtain or craft, you will earn an amount of skyward points. Now that the reconstruction effort is over, we've shifted our focus to collecting essential items necessary for daily maintenance and upkeep. As such, I continue to tally accumulated scores for our sky builders. Pass various point thresholds, and it would be our pleasure to reward you with an assortment of gifts as tokens of our thanks for your efforts. Should you wish to know your current score at any time, you need only speak with me. If you should know more, I would be happy to assist. For the sake of good form, however, may I trouble you to first report back to Chief Foreman Augabert? Hello, Auga Ernie. There you are. I trust you've got a grasp of how things work around here now, and if you need to review something, Skype was built good for that. Say, if you got a knack for gathering resources, reckon you ought to have a chat with Orvale. What he has to say is bound to be of interest. And that's all from me for now. I'll let you run along, but let me say this. For a famous hero like you to help us out here on the ground, you're a good sort. And more quests. I was concerned for his master. There's some Firmament quests, right? There's a Monica. Though you may have seen me attending Lord Francel, I've not had the pleasure of introducing myself. I am his manservant, for Crino. He's very cringe. I'd like you to offer you my personal thanks for lending your aid to my lord. Yours is an inspiring presence to him. Owing to the collective effort of all involved, the new nest stands completed. Such as was my lord's joy, 'twas as if he were a young boy again. He now seeks to settle folk in the district and is personally reaching out to those citizens who were displaced by the war and the subsequent unrest. Ahem, about that. Master Gilbert, by tone, I take it you harbor some concerns. Aye, that I do. Thanks to Francel's encouragement, some folks have already moved into the district, but many more are dragging their feet. To hear the talk, they're afraid that the rent will be too expensive or that they put themselves in the mercy of heartless nobles and a whole host of other reasons. In order to encourage settlement, the Firmament offers various incentives to residents such as tax relief and employment initiatives. Mayhap this knowledge has not been sufficiently disseminated to the public. My thoughts exactly. That he's late to return is because he's struggling to win folk over, I'd wager. On that note, Monica, I was wondering if you'd mind searching for him, see how he's faring. I too would be grateful were you to looking on my lord. You'll find him in the broom, speaking with the residents, I believe. Alright, more chores. I want to open up collectibles here. There's 2 of them. Not for a while. Hi, everything okay over here? Will you not tell me why you do not wish to live in the Firmament? What is it that worries you so? Now, Monica, you cannot come at a better time. You may have heard that I'm in the process of settling citizens in the Firmament. While some cannot pack their belongings quickly enough, others are proving resistant to the idea, such as Audain here and her daughter, Noelle. Begging your pardons, but aren't you the savior of Ishgard? It's an honor, my lady. We're grateful for the invitation, we truly are, but we couldn't possibly afford to live in a shiny new district. Even before our home in the broom was burned down, we were barely getting by. Besides, given who we are, we don't have the right. In my mind, the Firmament is for people such as they first and foremost, who lost their homes in the fires of conflict. Yet if they themselves do not wish it, I cannot well force them to move. They have employment initiatives for residents, they have tax relief for residents, and remember, the sky's the limit. I mean... tax relief? Truly, that case perhaps is not out of question for us. Perhaps I should do it. Yes, if not for myself, but for my little girl. Alright, I humbly accept. Glad to hear it. Proceed to your preparations then and come to the Firmament when you are ready. Alright, see you guys. And all it took was a few words from you. You truly hold sway over people, my friend. Of course, such trust comes not overnight. 'Tis the product of your many selfless deeds. Despite being false accused of crime and driven to the ends of the realm, you did not surrender to despair. On the contrary, you dedicated yourself to the plight of others and ultimately guided our war-weary nation upon the path to peace. In some ways, we have walked similar paths, but my struggles are trifling things compared to yours. My name carries not the same weight, and my words have not the same power over the hearts of my fellow man. But the fury take me if I allow my restoration affair to founder on account of my personal failings. The health and happiness of the people are at stake. Therefore I ask you, will you not aid me in the running of the Firmament? With you beside me, I feel that there is no difficulty I cannot overcome. You need an answer right at this moment. Please take the time to think on it. You agree to aid me then? Words cannot express my gladness. Thank you. Without further ado then, I would have you deliver these missives. They are entreaties for cooperation in the restoration effort. I would make the delivery myself, but I believe that the recipients would be pleased for your visit. One is Gibrillant, proprietor of the Forgotten Knight, another is Sir Handaloop of the Temple Knights, and last but not least is Mistress Elise, our master of the markets. While you see this task, I shall look in on Audain and her daughter. Let us convene in the Firmament afterwards. Hello. What can I get you? Have this. Missive from young Francel. I can only guess how you ended up delivering it, but let's have a look. Dear Griblon, I pray this missive finds you well and not bothered overmuch by the old wound. I write with regards to our efforts in the Firmament, of which you will most certainly be aware. Of late, we have seen a marked increase in the number of workers on site, and we struggle to keep everyone fed. In order to alleviate the strain upon our kitchen, it is my hope that you might provide us with hearty and wholesome provender from your own. Young Francel was always good to me back when I served his house, and I wouldn't refuse him. I arranged to have the meals prepared and sent to the Firmament at once. You're involved in the restoration, then I take it? Keep an eye out on the lad for me, will ya? Friendship. Alright, talk to the guy who's still in the loop. Passed by Firmament. Hi, Firmament. Alright, loopy dude. Well met. To what do I owe the honor of this day? This. Message from Lord Francel, you say? Sir Handaloop, my thanks for your unflagging dedication to preserving the peace in the Holy See. I write to you as overseer of the Firmament reconstruction project in order to officially re-entreat the cooperation of the Temple Knights. The project's need for able hands will only grow, and it is my hope that your order might be amenable to dispatching a contingent of engineers to assist in our efforts. For the prosperity of our nation, I thank you for your kind consideration. I see, though I have not the authority to loan to his side, I for one should be glad in order to lend what help we may. I shall do my utmost to see that Lord Francel has his engineers. Truth to tell, I have a personal interest in the firmament. Ere it was raised to the ground, I myself lived there, you see. Many places in Ishgard offer a commanding view, but I find none finer than that of my erstwhile home. And all the way up here. Hello, person I talked to way back at the beginning of Heaven's Word. Warm welcome to you. What did you seek at the Jewel Crozier this morning? You need to look at this. No missive for me from Lord Francel. Intriguing. Dear Mistress Elaise, I pray this missive finds you well in your markets bustling. I write to request your aid in acquiring heavy machinery of foreign make, intended for the use of the many foreigners lending their expertise to the restoration project. Such equipment as the Sky Steel manufacturer possesses is unfamiliar to non-Ishgardians and as such would adversely affect their ability to carry out their work. Through the connections you have established with foreign merchants, I have faith that you can procure for us which we require. My humblest thanks for your assistance. Heavy machinery of foreign make, though it will be no small coup to source such items, the merchant in me welcomes the challenge. But I say it feels like only yesterday Lord Francel was a little boy coming to market with his brothers. Now he's blossomed into a well-spoken, accomplished young man. Time truly flies. Forgive me for my reminiscence. You may relate to my lord, it shall be my pleasure to attend. I'm gonna go to the Firmament. Teleport there from the plaza. Hello, there you are. You have delivered the missives, I take it? So, how are the rest of us respond to my entreaties? All done. Francel's eager to learn how his petitions for aid were received. Quite well. You have good friends. Come, don't keep me waiting. What are the recipient's responses? Both Gilman and Elaise are willing? Glad I'm here. This shall do wonders for our workers' morale. As for Silent Loop, I know he is not wont to make promises out of hand, but I'm confident that he will come through for us. Thanks to your kind help, I was able to personally assist Audain and her daughter. Meanwhile, having but few possessions, they were able to promptly move to the Firmament. I also managed to find a moment to pen further missives. Lest you wonder, these are addressed to the 4 high houses, my own included. Each of the houses has strength that shall avail a project, and I would call upon your cooperation. I know not how to petition from an upstart such as I will be received, but it would not do to depend entirely on you. Nay, these missives I shall deliver myself. Lord Francel, a moment. Oh dear, there are people who have been waiting for an audience with my lord. Mr. Malika pains me to make such a request of you, but will you not consent to serve as acting overseer and speak with the workers and residents in my lord's stead? I'm truly grateful now. I expect the same advice will be asked of you, but I trust you to exercise your best judgment. I shall call the petitioner in turn whenever you are ready. You need but say the word. Those blue pants, though. Are you ready to receive the petitioners? It'll take several minutes. You may wish to cancel on pending duty finder stuff. Looking around. Those pants, though. Oh, hi. Francel's away again, is he? The lad's been flat out late helping folk get settled. Anyway, I wanted to speak with him about a big task that's coming up. We need to bring in more hands for it. So I'll take care of it. Temple Knights might dispatch engineers. I have some dragon friends I could round up. Temple Knights might dispatch engineers. Tell my engineers say, aye, with their knowledge and experience, I reckon they'll do nicely. I'll say they're ready to begin as soon as we get approval. My thanks. It appears your advice was helpful. Alright, peace out. Dude's got a lot of bags. They're like, what fabulous pants! Shenanigan music. Oh, hi Lalafell friend. What, when Francel wasn't even here? Bah, what a waste of time. Now, sir, you mustn't say such things. You know the overseer is a busy man. We're artisans from Limsa Laminsa, charged with imparting our techniques to the locals. Our apprentices have been making good progress, and we've mind to set them more advanced tasks, but for this we need specialized machinery they don't have in Ishgard. We want to ask the overseer if he could have it brought in, but seems it'll have to wait for another time. The Jewel Crozier can bring in what you need. A bad knight blames his sword. The manufacturer might be able to make what you need. Jewel Crozier. Truly, that's good to hear. In case you're wondering, the machinery in question is made by Naldic and Vimelis. We'll have the details for you soon, and we appreciate it if you could relay them to the people at the Jewel Crozier. I am helpful. Alright, see you, Lala, with a hammer as big as you are. Fabulous pants. Shenanigans. Oh, random Gala cat, Gala kitten. Hiss. A Gala kitten suddenly appears. Hi. Beg your pardon, my lady. This little critter came here amidst cargo from the Sea of Clouds. We tried to send it on its way, but it refuses to leave. It's been lingering near the kitchen, so I suspect it's hungry. Thus far, it hasn't done any harm, but what do you suppose we should do with it? I can give it the mystery scraps in my bag, take it back to Sea Clouds. I mean, Gibberlant will be bringing food. You understood? If I didn't know better, I'd say it understood what you said, and it seems to have caught scent of something. I'll go and keep an eye on it. That pussy. Fabulous pants. I hear approaching footsteps. No longer shenanigan-y. Sup, girlfriend? Well, if it's named Monica, there's only a common sight in the firmament these days. Your friend Francois, he said he was keen on the guards I was offering, so I came to discuss the details with him. Seems he ain't here though, so our talk I'll have to keep. But there was something I wanted to tell you. The other day I had occasion to meet Sir Imeric. Busy as he is, he hasn't been able to pay a proper visit to the firmament. He knows all about your involvement though, and was saying how grateful he was to you, as loudspeaker of the house and a private citizen both. And that's all from me. Be seeing you, Monica. Alright, see ya. Alright, I was helpful. That's everyone, I believe. I thank you for assisting the people in Lord Francel's stead. Speaking of whom, I expect you will return soon. Shall we wait for them together? Alright, how was your missive mission? Monica, you're still here? Ahem, while you were absent, my lord, Mr. Melly has been acting in your stead, attending the needs of those on site. Truly, pray forgive me, in my eagerness it appears I have unduly burdened you with my duties, but my own task, I'm pleased to report, was not without fruit. We have received a promising response from all the high houses. Though it was largely a matter of formality, I first went to secure the support of House Henart. I then paid a visit to House Fortemps, which has been providing lodgings to visiting workers. There I was given the assurance that they will increase their capacity as the need arises. Next I knocked upon the door of Durandare Manor. As a house founded upon military tradition, I was informed that they had little offered to the restoration effort. Resigned, I was about to take my leave when, by a stroke of good fortune, Lord Janicanard appeared and pledged to open a school where children might learn their letters, numbers, and stars. Last but not least, I took myself to House of the Mail, renowned for its architectural prowess, and they agreed to employ their expertise for the firmament's benefit. Monica, I understand you are acquainted with Lord Terrason, the retired count. With his skill and passion, I doubt not but that he would prove a great ally to our cause. Well now, pledges of cooperation from all the houses. Not so long ago, this would have been unthinkable. Was that the dude I met in the Moogle area? Yes, due to the peace we now enjoy thanks to you. Help, please help! Mummy, she's in trouble. Please, you have to help her. Noel, take a deep breath, child, and tell us what has happened to Aldane. Suddenly experience. I haven't heard Janet Quinard in a while. That's the Astro dude. Noel's mother appears to have met with trouble. A scary inquisitor came and took Mummy away. She hasn't done anything wrong. Please, you can't let them hurt her. She'll be fine, child. I'm not going to see to it now. Will you show us where your mother was taken? Come, my friend. Let us follow her. I'm gonna start building Sky Steel 2 holes. Outside the gate. She was taken outside the gate. Bad things happening. More annoying Inquisitor shit, huh? It's like Francel's used to that. Monster things. I don't want to tell you, we are good dragons. I demand you let us enter at once. Aldane, it's me. Marcella, please, my love, tell them to let us pass. What? Can it truly be? What in the furious name is happening here? Oh, Lord Francis, we stopped these two dragons and enter the Holy See. The larger claimed to be related to this woman, thus did I bring her hither to verify the truth. If this dragon is in fact a man, 'tis more likely that he is a heretic and must be punished harshly. As must his kin. Forgive me, Inquisitor, but mayhap you were absent when the Lord Speaker made his declaration, and in light of the peace we have forged with dragons, those accused of heresy are to be accorded their fair hearing and not punished out of hand. Be that as it may, it would not do to allow them to roam freely in the Holy See. It is liable to cause panic among the citizens. As you say, yet ere we rush to pass judgment, we should allow the man a chance to tell his tale. Marcelo, was it? I bid you speak truthfully. Have you ever taken the life of an Ishgardian citizen? No, my lord, upon my honor, I haven't so much as laid a claw on anyone. It's true that I chose to follow Lady Iceheart. It's true that I partook of dragon blood. Whether it's because of myself or the blood, I can't say, but my transformation was long and painful. By the time I'd recovered, the war had already ended. To make matters worse, I found I couldn't revert to my original form. I took to wandering aimlessly until I chanced to encounter Elito here, who encouraged me to return home. Elto. If this man speaks true, then by our laws he has committed no crime. And you'd simply believe the words of Dragon without any proof whatsoever? You don't have any proof of wrongdoing either. From my experience, dragons are more truthful than men. I'll probably keep an eye on you. You don't have any proof of wrongdoing either. What's that look for, prick? I shall take these two into my care. If they should cause any trouble, I will personally accept responsibility. If you would vouch for them, Lord Francis, then I shall not object. I but pray that you will not come to regret your decision. You do some asshole shenanigans? Well, it appears we have the situation in hand for the time being. Forgive us, my lord, we didn't mean to involve you in our troubles. Do not mention it. I have a responsibility to the residents of the Firmament. That you and your daughter are safe is all that matters. Now we must need to decide what to do with our guests. If you finish your bickering, you could start by showing me your city. Oh yes, I've dreamed of seeing it for a long time. I suppose there's no harm in that, and it would afford us the opportunity to discuss your situation further. Come with me then, to the Firmament. Alright, back and forth, back and forth. Way the fuck up there, huh? Hi guys. Everything okay over here? It appears all are present. Good. So, Marcelo Elto, though you are my guest, I trust you can appreciate that your troubles are not yet over. Yours in particular, Marcelo, although you are an Ishgardian, as a heretic and dragon both, you place your family in an exceedingly difficult position. But ere I speak further, we should hear Aldain's thoughts on the matter. It's only because our nation has changed that I can admit this now, but I too once supported Lady Iceheart's vision. I couldn't well commit myself to her cause, though. That would mean forsaking our family. But he did so anyway. He forsook us, left us to fend for ourselves. And look at him now. Worse still, he's brazen enough to show his face in Ishgard and runs afoul of an inquisitor. If it weren't for my lord's intervention, we might have been executed there and then. Forgive me, but I don't know. After all that's happened, I don't know if I want to take him back. Please give me some time to think. Daddy looks funny now. I just want to see the two of you again. Ack, you finally meet your family and all you can do is stammer and sulk? Have some stones for heaven's sake. But enough of your tedious troubles. I came here to see a city and I'm going to see one. Wee. Wait. Apologies, but will you not go and keep an eye on El Toll? I've not had the chance to inform the residents, and it would not do to cause panic. Yeah, my gratitude. Now it seems she headed into the new nest. If you hurry, you should be able to find her. Alright, where's this dragon? There she is. Hello, it would seem men don't change very much as they grow. However, do they become able to fly, I wonder? No, it's you. What is it? As I've said already, I won't harm anyone. I'll have you know that my sire is Gullinbursti of the noble line of Radhaskar, and like our esteemed ancestor, I will fill the skies with beauteous songs. And though I may not have met before, I know who you are. Oh yes, my sire, Gullinbursti, has told me much and more about you. Now you may be wondering what events led to my being here. I've been on a journey to learn the ways of men, you see, but one I met was more interested in scaring me than speaking. I might be alive if Marcelo hadn't come to my aid. Though our kinds are meant to be at peace again, not all men are ready to accept dragons as friends. The opposite is true too, of course. Look, I do not get caught by unfriendly men either, so perhaps I'll return with you after all. Alright, we're back. It seems there was no alarm caused. My thanks for finding El Toll. While you were gone, I took the opportunity to inform the residents about our guests. While all now understand the situation, whether they accept it is another question. Lord Francel, might we have a word? Monica, could you wait with Marcelo and El Toll yonder while I speak with these good folk? We heard there were dragons in Firmament. It appears the rumors were true. One of them near killed me in the war, tore me open the length of my back. They say the larger one used to be a man, but the mere sight of him makes the scar ache unbearably. And my daughter, she was murdered by those wretched heretics. It's easy to say there's peace now, but it's not so easy to forget. I too lost a dear brother to the dragons. Believe me when I say I understand that some wounds do not heal. I'll not force you to accept Marcelo, yet despite his appearance, he is but another Ishgardian, no different from ourselves. So I ask that you withhold your judgment for a time, that you give him a chance. If you say so, then very well, my lord. Racism still exists. Forgive me, Lord Francel, it seems my presence brings only pain. Come now, there is not a single soul in the nation who hasn't known suffering. You not least of all, my friend. If you're willing, will you not share with us how you came to be a heretic? Somewhere in your tale, we may find the key to winning over the doubters. Alright, Firmament questline, but you know what, we'll continue this next time. My god, there's gonna be like 2 or 3 extra parts, just side quests, right? Alright, thanks for watching! Did you like this video? If you did, like it, leave a comment, and share it. You can click on the left button to subscribe, and the right button to watch more Lalafell adventures. Thanks for watching!